So you're thinking about moving to Tomball, Texas? Well, in this video, we're going to cover some of the biggest pros and cons of living here in charming Tomball, Texas. So let's go find out what life is really like in Tomball. All right, so the first pro to Tomball, Texas, it's charming little downtown. It's got beautiful little boutique shops, great restaurants, quirky shops too. It's got a really nice historical park down there. It's home to the German festival, which brings in about 50,000 people a year. The Christmas festival or shop, the Christmas German shop, and it brings in a lot of people as well, where they have, events at the park. It's Depot Park. It's got the Railroad Museum. It's got a beautiful little gazebo, just kind of picture perfect, just what you want in a small town. And what small town isn't complete without parades? Well, Tomball has parades. We have cute little parades that everybody loves to go to. You see people that you know. It's got that small town feel because you do run into people you know, and I think that's what makes the sense of a community in a small town. I think if you're living somewhere you don't run into people you know, then it can feel a little overwhelming, but that's definitely not the case in Tomball. That being said, you definitely want to give downtown Tomball a check. The restaurants, we have some fine dining options, but those are few and you're gonna have to make a reservation if you want to get in there. There's some places that have wine by the glass. They have fun names. My husband and I find ourselves down there to have dinner quite often, and we enjoy it. It's a great little environment, and the youth that's moving in, we're getting a younger demographic moving in. We're also getting some retirees moving in, and with that comes a new change to downtown Tomball. Now, you have to keep in mind that Tomball has been around a long time. It was originally named for a congressman who was instrumental in bringing the railroad to Tomball. So Tomball's a railroad town, and his name was Thomas Henry Ball. And because of that, we have a railroad that runs through downtown Tomball, which is great. And then we have the museum, the little train museums. Depot Park is where the German festival is, and all the festivals and the Christmas stores are. And it's really kind of the hub of Tomball. Do make sure and keep that in mind, that Tomball has a real, true downtown. Okay, number 2 is the outdoors. So if you like the outdoors, then Tomball has what you need. We've got Burroughs Park, which offers hiking, trails, fishing, play areas. There's another park here in town that has some pickleball courts. We've got parks that you can just go hiking and biking on, and really there's many opportunities for that here in Tomball. A lot of subdivisions have their own lakes, and we'll have catch and release fishing there. So plenty to do. I live in a subdivision down by North Point area, and we connect up to all the trails. I can go for 7-mile walks and hikes and things like that. It's biking and walking, so the trails are plenty wide to accommodate both, and it's just great. That's the second pro to living here in Tomball, Texas. The third one is we've got top-rated schools. So check out the schools on niche.com and greatschools.org. They will go into detail on the ratings for the schools, but needless to say, Tomball has families moving here because of our schools. I mean, I have 2 kids that when I moved here went through school, but I did put them to St. Anne's, a little Catholic school here in Tomball. And we have a Lutheran high school here in Tomball and another Christian school in Tomball. So you have some private school opportunities as well as Tomball ISD's public school system. I will say that the public school system has great extracurricular activities. They have a wonderful FRC robotics program. I know this because my daughter was in robotics, and that we actually started a robotics club. So I'm very familiar with the robotics, and I can tell you that they have a highly rated team here. If your children are interested in that, it's definitely worth checking out. Needless to say, whatever your kids are interested in, if you are going to be moving here for the schools, you need to make sure that you really research your school, make sure that it has the curricular activities you're looking for that fit your children, and that you find the community that goes along with that school. Or if you find the community you like, then make sure the school offers the activities for your children that you want. There is Tomball Star, which is unique. It offers kids the opportunity to graduate with an associate's degree from, it's a 2-year degree that they obtain while going to high school. They take college courses in conjunction with their normal course schedule, and they will graduate at the end of their 4 years with a 2-year associate's degree from Lone Star College. So that's a nice feature. If you're looking for that, it's here. So check it out. And again, make sure and go to those websites I mentioned and do your research. Make sure that the school's a fit for you and your family. I will say that Tomball ISD built a 10,000 person stadium that finished construction in 2021. It's beautiful. It's state of the art. It's awesome. Tomball is committed to the growth. They recognize that Tomball is growing. It's growing at a rapid rate, and they are committed to improving with that growth. So anyway, check it out, and we'll move on to the next pro. We're conveniently located. We are about 12 miles to Exxon campus. We're 17 miles to Woodlands Mall. We're 25 miles to the Energy Corridor, 30 miles to downtown Houston, 25 miles to Houston Intercontinental Airport. It's really hard to beat that if you're looking for something that's not in the Woodlands, that's on the northwest side of town, that's just different. This has it. Personally, I love that I'm 30 minutes to the Woodlands Mall, 20 minutes to the Willowbrook Mall, 20 minutes to the outlet stores, and another 30 minutes down to the Town and Country Outdoor Mall. It's Town and Country Outdoors, another beautiful place to check out. So it's convenient. Nothing when you're on this side of town is so far you think, oh man, I don't really want to drive there, or gosh, that's, I think a 30-minute drive is fine. I think once you get beyond that, it gets a little bit much. Now for a commute, you're looking at an hour to downtown Houston for commuting for work and getting home. There's no way around that from Tomball. So just keep that in mind. But as far as, shopping, things like that, we are conveniently located to all of it. Now, if you're commuting, like I said, to the Woodlands, then it's not bad, or half hour. It's just enough to warm up and get your mind switched to driving on the next section, or, switch your gears from being at home to getting to work. It's just enough time to make that switch. So yeah, Tomball, it's convenient. Next is affordable housing. Here, our median priced home's about $350,000, but we have homes that may be a little bit lower than that, but move up into the multi-millions because we have Willow Creek Ranch, which is a horse development. It was designed for people with horses. It's like, I think the smallest lot's a half acre, and they go up to like 5 or 7 acre lots. And they have beautiful homes. It's gated. They have horse trails. They have a stable where you can board your horses. Just gorgeous little, it's conveniently located right off 99, and it's just west of 249. So it's on the north side of 99, west of 249. It's very nice, but it's pricey. So, keep that in mind. So now also the Woodlands has some zoning to Tomball schools. So Creekside, that area, some of that is zoned to Tomball. Even some of Carlton Woods is zoned into the Tomball School District. So keep that in mind. A lot of that higher end, if you like the Woodlands, but you like Tomball schools, or you want to be on the edge. Sometimes people don't like to be in the center of the team. They want to be kind of on the edge and get kind of the best of both worlds. You could do that. We have land here in Tomball where you can just buy land unrestricted, build your own. You can't do that in the Woodlands. The Woodlands is a master plan development, so everything in the Woodlands has restrictions, even how high your signs can be, whether they can be on the street or not. I mean, when you go through the Woodlands, you're not seeing any signage, and that's part of the plan. So when you're in Tomball, you get a little more variety. You're going to see the signs. You're going to see the people kind of build what they want, where they want, which a lot of people don't like. But again, it adds to the flavor of Tomball. It lends you the ability to buy your land and build the house you want and not worry about what color you painted it or what plants you planted on it. Just keep that in mind. You have a little bit more flexibility here with your building. Okay, so another community here is Amira, and it's a 1,700 home development. It's got 2 dog parks. It has pickleball courts and splash pad, pool, all the regular amenities, parks, and trails. So that's on the west side of Tomball, off 99. So you're going to be probably, if you want to go to Katy, or you don't mind being a little further out, that would be where you are. But keep in mind that you are going to be on toll roads. So I didn't mention that as a con, but I would have to say that toll roads would be a con to living here in Houston, because 249 is a toll road. Although on 249 you have the feeder roads and you don't have to actually get on and pay a toll. So that is a plus. I mean, you can ride the feeder road and not pay, or feeder road and not pay a toll. So, like I said, you don't have to get on and pay the toll. Now on 99, once you go past a certain point, you do have to get on the toll road because the feeder roads don't go all the way through. But anyway, it's not too bad. I managed to get around here pretty well and just primarily use 99 to get to the Woodlands. And I do use 249 to go to downtown Tomball sometimes, but most of the time I don't have to get on the toll road. So something to consider. Here's the last one. We are booming. Tomball is growing, and it's growing rapidly, which means that we're getting in new businesses. Like Costco just moved in a few months ago. We're getting some of the bigger name bars you might find in downtown Houston, some fun places to hang out. As well as with this, we're getting a younger demographic, and I think it's because we're close to the Woodlands, and the Woodlands is getting pricey. We're getting younger. Our demographics actually are drawing some younger people in recently. 25-year-old range. We're also drawing in retirees. Again, I think it's because, they can come here, get something more affordable, and have a lower property tax. So here in Houston, your property tax is based on the value of the property, and, it could be 1.5% on up to 3+%. So obviously that can be a big bill when you have a high-priced home. So it's definitely something you need to consider when moving to Texas, and Houston area is that property tax. So keep that in mind. Tomball does have a lower tax rate. Something else I would say on our demographics, we're about a town of about 100,000, and that includes the unincorporated area in Tomball. So Tomball itself in the city has about 15,000 people, and they're all going to be on the city, municipalities, the water, the sewer, all of that. Unincorporated area will have what we call here a MUD, and so it's a municipal utility district. And you could be, in a MUD that maybe has a tax. So that's something you need to watch out for when you're moving here to the Tomball area, is that if you don't want an additional MUD tax, make sure that you're moving to an area that doesn't have a tax. They have a MUD, that's fine. I mean, you're probably going to be in a MUD if you're not in the city itself. But the tax, not every MUD has a tax. So that's something you want to verify when you're moving. Just be aware of where all your expenses are, where they're coming from. I just kind of wanted to let you know about that. Something that you get into, when you're really house hunting, but keep that in mind already up front. It's a good thing. Okay, so when I first moved to Tomball about 25 years ago, I've been in and out. I've moved all over. I've been from Southern California, Orange County area. I've moved here. Then I moved to Canada, to Alberta, to Sherwood Park, Alberta. And then I moved back to Colorado, there 7 years, and then moved here now it's been about 10 years again. So I'm back, and back to the same kind of northwest side of town. And in that time, Tomball used to be kind of out there on the fringe. It was like, take 240 kind of ended, 249 ended, and you had to go surf the street. It was just kind of a pain to get to. It just wasn't coming together as a town too much. But in recent years, they put 99 in, 99 toll road, and 249 extended on through. It's going through all the way to College Station. So with that, it really opened up for development in Tomball. And it's really brought in, like I said, we're growing rapidly here in Tomball, and it's enabled us access. I mean, we're just more accessible, like I said, now to downtown and the Woodlands. So what used to take us 45 minutes to get to now takes us, 20 minutes, a half hour. So it's very much helped us as far as our growth. So now we're just kind of not that far out anymore. Magnolia has kind of taken the place of Tomball as far as getting out there. And even Magnolia is not that far of a stretch because they put 249 through. So if you want to know why things are moving here, and they're growing. It's because of those two toll roads that they extended and built new. There you have it. Now, as far as living in the city of Tomball, that's kind of, there are some older homes that are getting rehabbed or torn down and rebuilt and things like that. So there's some regentrification going on, and you can pick those properties up a little cheaper, but they're going to be small on smaller lots. But it's a cool place to be too. But if you're looking for the new home construction and more kind of typical neighborhood environment, then you're going to look to those other subdivisions. And we do have some that are close to downtown that are kind of starter home, 350 range that you can take a look at. And yeah, I think we have it all here, from small homes to luxury homes to ranches to land. It's kind of a nice mix here in Tomball. We have the diversity, and we're just a fun, cute little town. So if you don't like the perfect manicured look of Woodlands, or you don't want to pay the price to live there, or the restrictions, you just don't want to be that restricted, then you can kind of, have the best of both worlds. Live in Tomball, visit Woodlands, and you're close enough to enjoy the amenities they have to offer. Okay, now we're going to get into the cons. So one of the biggest cons, which is really just the con of Houston in general, or maybe even Texas, is it's flipping hot here. And it's humid. And there's no getting around it. And we have a lot of mosquitoes. They spray for them. You can do all kinds of things to try and control them. But, they're mosquitoes. They're going to get you. So the humidity I struggled with, I still struggle with. And I'll be honest with you, it's not fun, but you do get used to it. You learn to just live with it. And, I will say that the nice part is the spring and the fall, when you kind of get these Indian summers where they're cool, crisp mornings, low humidity days. A lot like, if you're familiar with Southern California, a lot like that Southern California weather where you get up and it's a sweater in the morning, it warms up a little bit in the afternoon, and then you're looking at a sweater jacket for the evening again. I love that. It's like perfect weather. So, we do have some mild winters. We've been getting more freezes, and we had some snow this winter, a lot, really. I mean, in all the time I've lived here, I've maybe seen it snow like 3 times. And this time we had like a good inch or 2 of it, which I know you're laughing. Trust me, I lived in Colorado and Canada. I can laugh at that because I've lived with snow on the ground 3 feet deep for 10 months, or maybe not 10, but 7 months before it melted, and, below 20 average temperatures. So yeah, I can enjoy the little inch of snow we get here. And, it was cute. It's nice. It's a change. So I don't know if climate change or the world's going to bring our way in the future, but for now, our winters are very nice. They're moderate. You can still get out and do your things, but you get a winter, which to some extent, it's more of a winter than you get in California. I'll just say it that way. It's not 3 seasons like you get in Colorado or the Northeast, or, even the Northwest probably has more of a seasonal than we have. Okay, we have a limited nightlife. So if you're a night owl or somebody who wants to party till 2 in the morning, you're gonna likely have to go to downtown. While we have some really fun sports bars, and we have a really nice microbrewery here that I enjoy going to called Paradigm. Yeah, you're not going to find, party environment that you're looking for. Downtown's going to be your best bet there. So limited nightlife, but we do have a charming little, date night type of lifestyle here, if that'll do for you. Okay. Car dependent. Again, I feel like this is a Houston in general statement. If you're gonna live in Houston, you're gonna need a car. Unless you're downtown or, remote working and you can just kind of manage, that's different. But for the most part, most of us, we're gonna need a car to live here in Houston and the surrounding areas. So I just throw that in car dependent. We have bus transportation, but other than that, public transportation is pretty lacking. and I'm going to leave it at that one, or I'm going to leave it at that. So is Tomball the place for you? I don't know. You'll have to come check it out. I definitely wouldn't cross it off the list. I think it's definitely worth a look. But we don't have zoning. We're not that manicured an area. You know, you're going to have more of that true kind of small town feel here, which gives you the, you know, the quirkiness and the variety that you won't find in some of the other areas. But I mean, it's definitely, you get a sense of community here, which is sweet. So I hope this was informative and helped you out. Let me know if I missed something or you want me to cover something else in comments. And like I said, if I can help you in any way we can move, text me, call me, shoot me an email, set up a Zoom call. I'd love to walk with you on your journey.